Welcome back to the Per Crew Podcast, everyone. This is day
17
of the Advent calendar. Today, we got Streetside barrel-aged Robe or Robbie or something.
I'm not sure what the hell the
I don't know
Robe
if
is.
it's a European word that requires extra enunciation of different vowel sounds and umlauts and accents and tildes and stuff.
Who the
or
hell
if this
knows?
is just Robe.
It's if you're stout, you get to wear a robe.
All right.
I don't know.
No, it is a
I'm making this up.
velvet. It's a red velvet cake stout.
Yeah, red velvet cake stout.
13.3%.
Yeah. And look at the amazing can art. Woo. Can art may not be fantastic, but this is really fantastic. I got to share with you what I just shared with JT. Yes, no assholes beyond this point. Okay.
And mine is Dayton Loves Beer. Awesome bottle. I love the bottle caps that they're different.
At least I haven't gotten one this year like I did last year, where I'm on my own, I'm looking, and all of a sudden I look at my bottle cap and it says, "You're an asshole" or something
Nice.
like that. I'm like, that's great.
Don't be an asshole. Right?
Oh yeah, don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
That's what it
I
was.
love that one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, you want to crack it open before we dive into
hang on a
any,
second. I've got Thor's hammer.
conversations?
Okay,
Ready?
3,
Go.
2, 1.
Boom. Cracked it up. Here we go. I'm excited about this beer. I think
Oh,
I have two thoughts on red velvet cake. One is that I love chocolate cake. And two is that red velvet cake is chocolate cake. Literally. It's just red. And
they
so
just put like red
it's
food dye in there or
overhyped.
what?
Yeah, I think so. I think that I don't know, honestly. I don't bake. But I remember researching. I was like, what is red velvet cake? Because it tastes like real familiar. And I remember when I was working on the Air Force Base locally, someone's wife had retired from the Air Force. And she started a bakery. And she made cupcakes was like her specialty. And one of the big things that she made was like red velvet cupcakes, and I tried
Nice.
it, and I'll admit it was good. Yeah, the cupcakes are fucking awesome. It's hard to fuck that up, but I'm like, I don't think that this whole red velvet. There was like a real short period in like the teens where red velvet was like the thing, and
I remember.
yeah, it was like red velvet donuts, red velvet cupcakes, all this stuff, and I'm like, so
Donuts,
I looked it
yeah.
up. What is this? Chocolate. It's just chocolate cake. It's just maybe it dyed.
Red
Maybe
dye.
there's a little bit of craft to it. I don't know. Maybe it's just regular chocolate cake.
Red dye number
Just saying
23 in it
special.
or something.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well, I'll tell you what. The moment I cracked it, and before I even poured it, I could smell, and it smelled like red velvet.
it does
cake.
smell like cake.
It does.
It may contain cake.
Yep.
May contain cake. That should be a disclaimer on the
It may
bottle.
contain cake.
May contain real cake. Cake bits.
If you
feel
get
like
any,
it's gonna
if
have
you
to
get any
warm up
chunks
a
in your
little bit.
teeth, it may be cake.
It may be cake.
Wow.
I feel like that's like a Jeff Foxworthy joke. It may be cake.
It may be.
Yeah, I never liked Jeff Foxworthy.
Is he still around?
I'm sure people are still selling out.
He's
He's still selling out.
I saw him once, and I just didn't think it was
He's
that
just like,
funny.
you might be a redneck, and then he'll say something that's totally like normal. It's just and that's why it was relatable. Is that everyone, like, again, a trend of like the teens, the early teens, maybe even before that, the late aughts, was like everyone thought it was cool to be a redneck, The redneck comedy tour was going around. And he'd be like, you might be a redneck if you have lawn chairs. And everyone would be like, oh my God, I have lawn chairs. I think I did went over this with somebody recently.
Yeah,
Was it
me.
you?
No.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't funny. Like, I get why people are laughing, because some people just want, not everybody wants complex jokes and humor that you have to think about. I'm not one of those people. I like to think about it, or I like smart humor or absurdist humor. I do like absurdist stuff. But some people just want easy stuff that they can just laugh to. And that's fine, to each their own. If you like Jeff Foxworthy, you might like simple jokes.
I'm trying to remember the dude that we saw. This is a long time ago when we were still living in Willamar, and you guys, I think you guys, you weren't living down in Kearney Mesa. You were living. I think you had the house already in Menifee.
Yeah.
But you were deployed.
Yeah, probably. I was always deployed when I was in
Yeah, I know.
I was like never home.
You usually spent very little time there. But
I loved that house. I would bring that blueprint to Ohio. I love that house.
That Menifee house was a great house.
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved the layout. I loved everything about it.
Yeah.
But I spent like almost no time in it.
Yeah.
Most time I spent in it was after I got out of the Navy, and I was on that 2-month break where I still had leave.
Yep.
I think that it's called terminal leave. And then that was it. Then we moved out. It sucks. I love that house.
When you were on deployment, it was wintertime, I think. Elena and I had tickets to go see this comedian, the guy that does the Love Master thing.
Yeah. I
Love
remember
Master.
Katie sent me a DVD.
And we took Katie.
Yeah.
And it was funny as hell.
Oh, I bet.
That was funny humor.
My mom took me to see Whose Line Is It Anyway once. That was great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And now Matt and I both enjoy Kill Tony, which you might like. I don't know if you've seen it. Kill Tony is a recurring YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's posted to YouTube. But they call it a podcast, but it's not really a podcast. It's more of just a weekly show, variety show. And instead of it being a variety show of known talent, people who are aspiring comedians can put their name in a bucket, and then Tony Hinchcliffe pulls the name out. And he does that, a bunch of times per episode. And then they have a couple regulars that come out and do jokes. And you get a minute.
A minute?
Yeah, you get a minute to do your best jokes if you're pulled out of the bucket. And then, after the minute, it's interview style with Tony and a bunch of guests that he brought, like real famous comedians. But Tony Hinchcliffe is mostly like a roast comic. So his style is it's very insulting to them. And it's funny, it's hilarious. So Katie and I watch that, and Matt and I talk about it a lot, because Matt watches like every episode. And Katie and I are catching up. But that's funny.
I'll have to watch that.
Some of those, they bomb hard.
Do
Some
they
of
really?
them bomb hard, yeah.
Well, it's got to be pretty stressful and nerve-wracking to be, performing in front of these guys. And the guy that's the host.
Comedians.
They're all famous, so they've already made it. Yeah. They're already better than you. Of course. And the host is a professional roaster, so you're going to get
Tony was the guy who did the Puerto Rico joke.
Oh yeah, okay.
Rally. So that's his show. That's his spot. That's his most popular thing is that podcast thing. He's funny. I like him.
I gotta watch it. I was looking for a laugh.
So yeah, comedy. I don't know how we got to that.
Talking about Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh yeah, I don't like
morphing into.
It's crazy to me that group got together. Jeff Foxworthy. The Redneck Comedy Tour was Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy, who I think has some good jokes. Who was I know Ron White was the last one I was going to mention, but Ron White is just not in that group. Like his comedy is so much better. It's like elevated beyond those other guys. I like Larry the Cable Guy, I have to admit. Yeah, he's also got simple jokes for simple people, but they're funny. I'll admit it. He's not pandering. Like Jeff Foxworthy panders. Anyway, Ron White, great comedian. And there was some other guy, Bill something. And I didn't like I didn't like that comedy tour, the Redneck Comedy Tour. You might be a redneck.
It's old, man. It's just so stale.
Stale. Get rid of it.
Yep.
Get rid of it. Bring back Carrot Top.
I'll tell you what's not stale. Barrel-aged Robe.
Barrel-aged
red velvet
cake.
I'm trying to figure out what Robe means.
Robe.
Gus will have to tell us. Gus is a worldly man.
Gus, he knows his shit, man.
He does.
Boy, oh boy. Could you imagine a Gus and SFIL collab?
I think it'd be 2 hours. Easy.
It would be awesome. It would be awesome. It would be excellent.
Oh, you say that now. I heard you said with Matt.
The only thing that I'd have to challenge you to not bring up the cherry stout beer story. That'd be a challenge, right? Because you've never told that to Gus.
No.
And it'd be interesting for him to hear it. Have to be a test.
Yeah, there's a lot more I could talk about besides
that.
I
know, obviously. You would talk about so much. The technical natures of beer.
Wow. It'd be really fun. I think it'd be really fun.
Especially
I've
on
learned,
a
I've
more
learned from
obscure
him.
beer. I bet you if you guys did an episode around like a Saison or a Pilsner or something that has a little less like lore, more tradition, then there'd be a lot more conversation about it.
Oh yeah.
You guys would just go, you'd geek out.
Well, even the back and forth between the pods, where he's rebutted me, and then I rebutted him
back.
again. It was just, my perspective was, yeah, I know they do it. I know there was intentionality, and I know they did it purposefully to put the bread in there, right? Mm-hmm. I just don't like bread.
I don't like bread either.
It wasn't like, but it was great. I liked it, but I would have loved to have been there face to face.
Oh, that would have been great.
That would have been great. It would have been awesome.
Yeah, you guys can talk about brewing and science and,
Because I know, if I'm with you, I just know I'm always going to be right and you're going to be wrong.
Oh, is that right?
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe. All right. Time to buck up.
No, it's
time to get on my A game here.
There's not like the thing with this is there's not.
We're not in an argument.
No, there's not a right or a wrong in this anyway, right? Because it comes down to taste and preferences, right?
Originally, when we first started doing this, there were times where I think we butted heads in a way that we wanted the other person to be convinced of our opinions. I remember feeling...
That's true.
I feel like we were butting heads without saying we were butting heads. Originally, but that stopped soon after.
Yeah.
We got in a flow.
I mean, I think...
We agree to disagree on things, or we just don't even do that. We just go, yeah, you taste this, I taste this.
We both tend to be persuasive people. We try to persuade other people because we feel pretty passionately about our positions on certain things. Not everything, but, certain things. And so, when you're doing that, there is persuasion going on, and you may not even realize you're doing it. And when I say you, I'm not saying you. I'm saying us.
Right,
like me.
In general, the royal you.
Right, the royal you. But yeah, I mean, I like now the fact that there are times when we totally agree 100% on something, and there's times when we are on different pages.
Yeah,
and that's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It makes for good comedy.
Yeah.
Speaking of comedy, it's better than redneck comedy.
It's better than redneck comedy. Everything's better than redneck comedy.
But I tell you what's not stale, circling back, is this. This is phenomenal. I'm liking this a lot.
Yeah, I like it. I get the booze when it's cold. I want to let it warm up a little. See if the booze disappears.
It's warming up, and it's opening up, and it's becoming beautiful.
It's opening up in the way that I would open up to my therapist. It's telling me secrets. What's that?
It is. It's talking to you.
Delicious? Okay. It lied. Just kidding. It's good. It is boozy or cold. The warmer it gets, the less boozy it is. The more dessert-like it gets. Mm-hmm. The nose is great.
It's awesome.
The nose is there.
There's a lot going on.
Not a lot of legs, but it does lace, and then it disappears. I learned those terms recently. Well, I knew legs, but lace, I learned that on Instagram.
Yeah, you can see some of it, but
it goes fast.
It falls.
Maybe I washed the glasses too much.
Yeah.
I need to rinse them out.
No,
I need to get that upside down thing. That would be cool.
There was no better lacing
than,
let's see.
No better lacing than
the branch and bone black razeth.
Oh yeah, that thing was.
They just stayed.
That thing caked the glass.
It was like the glass, and you could try to swirl it off, and it would just put more on.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable.
It was like a dark. It was almost like it had just it was like oil sour.
So far, to me, that's the beer that's the pinnacle. The beer that everything is going to. Everything's compared against. For this Advent calendar, so far,
I think that beer had a lot of memorable traits. I didn't give it a 5 because there was something else I wanted in it, but in hindsight, maybe it was a 5. Maybe it had that staying power, but we'll see. We still have some things.
Oh, we got a ton of things
going on here. We got Mashu that's coming up.
Mashu pork. There's so many great beers coming up. I mean, like literally, I looked yesterday. And on my recording, which I haven't posted yet, so y'all haven't even seen it, but every single days looks great.
Yeah.
Every single days
gonna
looks
be
like a
good.
winner. I think it's going to be
And I'm
great.
going to make Bobby talk about him in great detail.
More than 30 seconds.
Yeah. We're going to do longer videos next week.
We should get him on with us one day. We should get him on with.
Well, I'll be in Chicago, so maybe we
you
can work it out
going-
to where we.
you're
can,
on Friday?
I'm on Friday. So we'll
Saturday was going to be such a.
Saturday. What is Saturday?
I looked at that beer and I was like, oh, that's a beer I really wanted to have with you.
Which one? Mushu?
I think it's Mushu Shushu.
Yeah, that beer's going to be fucking awesome.
Oh, it's going to be over the top.
I don't want to hype it up too much and get my hopes up. Maybe, but it's going to be good. It's aged. It's from the cellar. You know, Gus pulled it from the cellar. That was the beer I picked out.
Did you really?
Yeah, so on the Barrel House episode in the summer, when Matt and I went, Matt picked the one that we did here, and I picked Mushu.
Well, I'm also looking forward to the Triple Decadence.
Yes.
Because that's the one I picked for here, for the Carriage House originally.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And
we moved it to Christmas Eve.
to 21.
21.
21.
What's Christmas Eve?
Christmas,
that's a big beer, too. Right?
Christmas Eve's a great beer. It's going to be a great beer. And then we got Vanilla Sun Killer on the 20th. Or no, that is the 24th. But the 23rd's a great beer, too.
Okay.
I can't remember.
I don't have my phone because we're recording with it, but you can look it up if you want, and I'll talk while you do that. But we have a lot of good beers coming up. 20, and it's possible. Not saying that it's happening, but it's possible that we might get Sexy Saxman going on Christmas Eve.
Saxman
Santa. That'd be great.
I don't have a Santa costume. I don't know if I can get one in time. I've got a Santa hat. I might be just wearing a Santa hat. That might be the.
How long can you grow your beard in this climate?
Not like yours, dude.
Yeah.
But you know what? Since I turned a certain magic decade number, which you know and I know, but we will not say, we will not speak it.
30.
Oh, you're so kind. I love you.
You have turned 30.
You're getting all my inheritance now.
Oh, good.
And a great Christmas present.
Thanks. Awesome. Yeah.
That's why you did it, didn't you?
Yeah. You did turn 30.
I did. Oh yeah, I turned 30.
You did turn 30. Yeah, that is an experience you've had.
Yeah.
So that's okay. See, since you turned 30, what's happened?
A lot's happened since I turned 30, man.
Your beard grows better now.
Oh yeah, my
Why
beard
don't you
grows
grow it out?
much faster. I never used to be able to grow out at all. I can
beard.
in 2 days. I'll have a thick 5 o'clock shadow.
No way.
Yeah, it's coming in really fast.
I want to see it.
Of course, it's all gray now.
Are you taking days off for the winter?
Yeah.
You should grow your beard out.
I have to. Curtailment. We have a curtailment period for contractors.
I want to see. Oh yeah, for
about a week and a half.
Yeah, I want to see a Scott beard.
Full
beard.
All right.
Well, you think Elena would be cool with it?
Oh, she's totally fine with it. She doesn't care.
Awesome. I want to see it. I might grow mine out while
Oh,
I'm
do
on
it.
vacation.
Let's do it.
I'll grow it out till the 3rd.
And then we'll do a podcast.
From now to the 3rd, I won't trim it.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
I won't do it till the 3rd either.
Till the 3rd. Got it.
Let's go. Let's see. Go. But you already got a starting point. You got a head start.
I don't ever shave to the skin.
Oh.
I don't like the bumps, and I like the way my face looks with a little bit of shadow.
When I shave down to the skin, I almost always cut the hell out of my face because I use a safety razor, which is those of you. I stopped using like the
Mach 10.
Yeah, the Mach 10 or whatever, which are like $6 a blade or some crazy shit. And I was like, this is bull crap.
Yeah.
And so I went to my buddy CJ that lives in Nashville now, and I've toured with him. He's the guy that has the band. He turned me on to going back to using a safety razor basically, which is the 2-bladed, screw the thing in kind of deal, and I just fall in love with that. I got a bunch of different razors now and stuff. I haven't bought one for a long time now, but really got into it with lots of different shaving creams and stuff like that. But man, safety my ass. You can cut the crap out of your face, man.
I use
you gotta be careful.
I think it's Norelco.
Mm.
But it's the all-in-one trimmer shaver thing, and I gotta say it's an amazing product. I can get down to the skin and it's not like shaving at all. It's not like razor shaving. It's just, but it works great. I just don't do it.
You look great with facial hair, though.
Yeah, thanks.
You look great, and your beard always.
I think I look better with. I don't like the skin look.
I like it better with it too for you, and yours grows in nice and thick and full, right? Like
yeah, it does.
Dude, I've been gone to.
Getting gray though. All my cheeks and stuff.
Back in the day when I was in my 30s, I would go on a two week Canadian fishing trip, a fly-in fishing trip with my dad. We just go in there, fly in, they get dropped off, get picked up, 2 weeks later, and I'd just let my beard grow, right? And it was so splotchy and it looked like hell. It just looked terrible. I could grow here, I could grow a little bit there, nothing here. It's just all splotchy. It was terrible. Now that I'm of my age,
now that you're over 30.
Now it's like popping out of me.
Popping out.
But then again,
that's great. Let's grow it out.
Let's do it. We're gonna do it.
So my test will be how much gray I have. Yours will be how full is your beard. Because we know
exactly.
mine's full.
Yeah, yours
mine's
gets full.
Gray now, like all over.
I'm seeing it, but it looks great on you right
so
now.
Gray.
I
gotta adjust for a minute.
Once you got
orange.
Once you get to a certain tipping point, though, like mine's like this. My soul patch.
Soul patch.
I've had that for a long, long time. This is like the only place that grows hair, and it's like all silver now. So, which I don't really dig very much. But
wow.
I mean, I still got brown hair in my head.
It is what it is,
I don't dye my hair or anything, and I got silver in it, but I got brown hair, so I just kind of leave it like that. But when the beard comes out, it's a lot of silver. You'll see. Hey, why don't we challenge our fellow Chuggalos? Are you guys with us? January 3rd.
We're going to January 3rd.
We're going to January 3rd. Who's with us?
Most people do Movember for prostate cancer, but I don't do that. I will donate to prostate cancer. I have no issues with that. I hate cancer. I think it sucks.
I was going to say, are you suggesting that we go to
No, I
November?
just don't participate in like the beard grow-offs during those times. And then I think there's like there's another one, no shave something, or I don't know. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, we're going till January 3rd.
We're going to January 3rd.
JT and SFIL are going to January 3rd. I want to see
Bobby grow out his beard.
I want to see Bobby grow out his beard. I want to see Matt, lesser Matt, grow out his beard.
I don't think Matt will do it.
Matt.
I don't think he wants to do a beard change.
Matt, get with the program, dude. Chuggalos, Steb will do it.
Steb will do it.
Steb, you'll do it. Gus, he's already there. He's kind of doing it already. And Better Matt's already doing it. Who else can we get?
Well, whoever's watching.
Yeah, whoever's watching.
All the Wisconsinians that are watching, hating that this person has come from Illinois. They say fib or FIP or whatever.
What's that all about?
That's their thing.
Really?
I don't get it.
I don't know.
They hate it. They hate Illinois. That's their thing.
Well, they hate Minnesota too.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of that's where I'm from. So.
It used to be a point of pride to me that the Brewers fans hated the Cubs and the Cubs fans, but Cubs fans didn't care about the Brewers at all.
Exactly.
But I'll say now it's this flip. Fuck the Cardinals. I hate the Cardinals, but I don't really think about the Cardinals. It's now I think we've shifted pretty hard towards the Wisconsin-Illinois thing. The Brewers are clearly our rival. And it's going to be that way for a while.
It's as it should be.
Yeah.
It's like Green Bay and Chicago. That's always been there, right?
Yeah.
And I think the upper Midwest.
Oldest rivalry in football.
You got Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois. Those are some pretty fierce rivalries the whole way.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they used to call it the Black and Blue Division.
Yeah.
Back when it was the Central Division. Before it was the North Division.
Yeah, back when they used to hit people in football.
You remember when they first started the North Division? They put Tampa Bay in there.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's weird.
What was that all about?
That's so weird.
Tampa Bay is about as far from the North as you can get.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of similar to how baseball. It used to be that the Houston Astros were a National League Central team.
Central?
Yeah.
Really?
And then the Brewers were American League. I don't know what. They'd have to be American League Central. But then now they switched, and the Houston is American League.
I don't think the Brewers were. I think the Brewers were East because the Twins are American.
Maybe they were
League.
East.
The Twins are American League Central, or they were American League Central with the White Sox all the time, right? And the Brewers were never in there, so I wonder where they probably put them in the East, I'm guessing.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I know that the Astros, when they were National League, they played the White Sox in the World Series, and the White Sox beat them in 05. And then they switched shortly after that to the American League.
White Sox.
And then they started banging on trash cans.
White Sox, bunch of cheaters, bunch of felons.
I don't think they cheated.
No, they're lucky
They're
as
the
hell.
worst team
And
in baseball.
they did too cheat.
They're like the worst team in baseball.
They suck.
Yeah, they cheated their way to the bottom. I don't know.
They had cheated their way to the bottom. That is a
cheated.
dirty baseball team, man. That's like the White Sox.
When were they dirty?
Oh, they're all.
I don't want to defend the White Sox, but I don't think they're a dirty team.
Oh, they have been a totally dirty
when
team.
were they? The
Forever
Houston
and ever.
Astros are dirty.
Oh man,
They were the ones banging on trash cans. But the White Sox,
Oh, the White Sox are terribly. They play dirty.
do they?
Oh, back in the 90s and 2000s, there was this huge rivalry because the Twins were used to. I mean, they were winning even if they didn't go all the way to the series, they were winning the division and going to the playoffs every year. And it was always Chicago they were fighting,
Mm-hmm.
And they'd go down there and they'd just get hacked. It was like a hackorama.
Yeah.
There was no love lost. There were lots
How
of
are they
fights
cheating?
that broke
How are they
out.
cheating?
Lots of fights broke out.
How are they cheating? The 05, I'll say this, the 05 White Sox.
What do you mean? What are they cheating?
You said the White Sox cheated. What did they cheat at?
Well, they were fighting.
Well, fighting's not cheating.
What?
How is that
They're
cheating?
doing something.
Both teams.
They're doing something illegally against the rules that causes something to happen to another player that causes them to get into a fight. So,
they were goading them into fighting.
well, that's absolutely the case.
Okay, that's maybe different, but also
I
fighting
never
in
remember-
baseball.
I never remember. I
Baseball's
never
not a
remember
nice sport.
my twins. Even in my adult life, I don't remember them ever getting into fights with any other team except the White Sox.
Yeah, I can see that because the White Sox play them a lot.
Yeah,
And in
we're the
the
same
90s,
division.
everyone was roided up.
Yeah,
So
that's
they were
true.
fighting a lot. And I don't think
It was
Twins
during the
really
Frank
had a
Thomas
lot.
era,
Well,
actually.
Frank Thomas, I don't think did steroids, but they had like Albert Bell. And, they had a couple other guys who were pretty, Jermaine Dye. They had some other guys who were pretty roided up. But that was in the 90s. The 2000s, I think they were mostly clean because, and the Twins, they had smaller guys. They had like Paul Molitor and stuff, right?
Yeah,
And
and
the White Sox, and in the 2000s,
Torrey.
like the 05 team, they was hitting singles. They were hitting singles. They weren't hitting home runs, so it's a little different.
yeah.
They weren't really roided up back then. In 05. They were in the 90s, for sure. I don't know if Frank Thomas took steroids, but he's in the Hall of Fame.
I always thought he
And the
did.
baseball writers, they think that in their high and mighty perch that they get it right. So they put Frank Thomas in, so he didn't do steroids. But he was as big as he was
Whether
in college.
Yeah, whether he did or didn't, he looked like he did because he was
sizable.
totally
Yeah,
bulked
yeah,
up
yeah.
like McGuire and everybody else.
He
right?
was very large.
So
He wasn't.
he looked like
more
it,
than
but
40
he's
home
a
runs
really
year.
he's a really nice guy.
He's a great guy. Great baseball mind too. It
Yeah.
just talks the game really well.
Yeah.
I wish A-Rod didn't do steroids because he's great to have around the game. He talks the game, and for those who have kids who are in baseball, Alex Rodriguez's content is amazing.
He's good.
Some of his swing mechanic videos that he puts on Instagram are how we fix Joshua's swing.
Yeah.
Like Joshua's swing today is very A-Rod. It's a lot of A-Rod, and it's worked. The guy knew how to hit. And he didn't need the steroids. He was going to be incredible.
I mean, have you watched him as an analyst? He's
great.
He's a great
He's
analyst.
awesome.
He's
Yeah,
a really
I
good
love him. Yeah,
analyst.
he's good.
I like him a lot.
I agree. I think the Fox has the best post-game baseball analysis of any.
I do too.
of
They
any
got.
group.
They're
And they
loaded.
got David Ortiz now and
Yeah.
Derek Jeter, but they still have Frank Thomas and
Yeah, I hate
A-Rod.
Jeter, but I respect the hell out of him. It sounds really weird, probably, but just because they were rivals of the Twins for so long. But I respect the hell out of him, and the guy knows baseball. He's baseball super smart.
Yeah.
So having him and A-Rod on there, it's kind of Yankees strong, but they don't talk like that though. They're really literally breaking down and analyzing all the players and all the teams that they're looking at.
Oh yeah.
And they know their shit.
They know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they do.
And what I noticed about the difference between like the old school guys This is particularly true in football. Versus the new school guys who start to become analysts is like, so like, you know, A-Rod and Derek Jeter and even Ortiz, who I think was cocky as shit during his playing days, they recognize the talent of today and they acknowledge that they might be exceptional.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you watch, maybe this doesn't count for like Terry Bradshaw, Howie Long, that combo, and maybe Michael Strahan, but by and large, a lot of the old timers in football, they're holding on to football was better in my day.
That's right.
And these guys aren't as good.
These guys aren't as good.
It's different in baseball. In baseball, they're like, Ohtani is a once-in-a-lifetime talent, and we're acknowledging it. I like that about baseball.
I do too.
Analysts who were former players.
I do too.
You don't get that. But Tom Brady is bringing a lot of that to his analysis. People don't like Tom Brady. I like Tom Brady as an analyst. I
do.
He recognizes the game. He tells you what's going on.
I hated him as a quarterback just because of where he was and where I was. But he's a great analyst. He's a really smart guy. He'll be a good coach. You know, he's I think the smartest guy in football in our or this era, I should say, that I really think we missed an opportunity, and he never really made a play for being an analyst or whatever, is Peyton Manning. That guy was the smartest guy on the field.
Oh, I don't know. You know about he's got a show on ESPN too.
I know he's got a show, but he's not actually doing like analytics work.
Not really, but
analytics.
It is. He does. Him and his brother do the game, the Monday night game. Yeah. It's the alternative broadcast.
I've been watching.
They don't really break it down, like an analyst would. But it's very football heavy.
When you hear
he's sharing knowledge,
when you hear YouTubes of people talking about Peyton Manning, I mean, even Bill Belichick. Yeah. Bill Belichick said when they came to town, we studied completely differently because we knew it was Peyton. And Peyton is a coach, a GM, the offensive coordinator, and the play caller and the general on the field, all in the same person. He'll see what's going on the field, and he instantly knows what it means, and he'll change the game plan, and they let him do it. Because of that, he destroyed people. He destroyed great teams like the Patriots or whatever. So Belichick said he was
6 Bears.
He said he was an anomaly. He was a complete anomaly, and the guy was brilliant, and he ran the show. He knew everything. He could look at. He said it was weird. Another guy who was being interviewed for this thing I was watching. He said, one day they were playing us. It was a really good team too. I can't remember who it was exactly, but he said one day they were playing us, and he was a defensive guy, and he goes, and all of a sudden we heard Peyton yelling out, barking out the cadence before the hike, right? And he's calling out a woman's name, and he goes, Elisa Nelson or something, and the cornerback goes, "That's my fucking wife."
Smart.
So
that's
Peyton Manning had studied them,
and
he knew their weaknesses, and he knew who he was going to attack.
Yeah.
And he knew every single one of the defensive players, what their strengths and weaknesses were, where they're going to fall, how he was going to get to them. And he said, football's, not as well known for trash talking necessarily as baseball is or basketball is maybe. But he goes, Peyton Manning was like trash talking as a quarterback to the defensive guys, man.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Anyway, I just think, it would have been great to see him do that kind of, analysis work. Yeah. But I like his show with Eli because they get into it, and Eli's so outmatched.
But he knows it, and he plays into it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, if you ever want to hear a really good and well-told story, Google Ryan Leaf's explanation of the draft and why he wasn't picked by the Colts. He's very good at telling the story. It's on. He was on the Rich Eisen show.
Really?
And I think he was guest hosting for Rich Eisen. It's recent. It was this year. and he tells the story of why he actually talked to Jim Irsay and asked him, what were you saying about me in the draft room when the draft happened? And it was draft Ryan Leaf. I don't want to give the story away too much, but I feel like I almost have to now. But like, it was all an accident that he wasn't drafted by the Colts.
I wish they would.
Was he the first pick or was Peyton the first pick? Something happened to where the Colts had the opportunity.
Well, the Chargers took him, didn't they?
The Chargers took him, yeah.
And what a giant
I can't
mistake.
remember if it was the first pick or the second pick, but
I think it was the first pick. I think they traded.
Yeah, they traded.
They traded for him.
Okay.
And got Ryan Leaf, and I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, apparently what happened...
The Colts were laughing all the way to the bank.
Was, I don't want to give the story away, but I'm just going to do it. He tells it really well, so you should watch it anyway. But basically, the way that the combine is set up is that you schedule all your meetings with, they'll schedule them with you, the teams. But they also require like all of the medical requests that the teams have for you, like they want brain scans or they want whatever ligament, the checkouts and bone X-rays and whatever. They are scheduled at first come first serve or first on the list. They just go down the list. And he had his meeting scheduled with the Colts, and it was at the same time that the medical. The doctor for whatever appointment he needed was like, it's now. You have to go. And I guess there was a miscommunication or there was a lack of communication between his agent and the Colts, and basically he was a no-show for that meeting.
Oh, really?
And that's it. That's the only reason that they didn't draft him.
Wow.
Was because he didn't show up to that meeting, because when he asked Jim Irsay about it in later years, he said, it was all about Ryan Leaf. It was draft this guy. He's our guy. We have to get him. And then he no-showed the meeting. It changed the course of the NFL. Because they picked Peyton Manning. They drafted Peyton Manning.
What a difference that made.
Right? That's crazy.
Wow.
That's just crazy. But he also, you got to watch the Rich Eisen thing. Because he also talks about like how much he wanted to go to California. It was his mindset that fucked him over. He wanted to be in that environment, and that's the environment that chewed him up.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The Chargers were no place to be. That was not a place to be.
You don't want to be downtown San Diego if you're a partier, because it'll.
Well, and
it's too easy.
And the team dynamics were not great.
Back then?
Yeah, it was not great. I mean, it shaped up after they had LT. Then he built an offense around him. Then they built a really strong defense.
Yeah, he was great.
They got, what was his name?
I lived in San Diego while Tomlinson was there.
Yeah.
Great time to be in San Diego.
Oh my gosh.
They didn't win anything, but it was great to
be around
winning football.
Well, they had the old Chiefs head coach there. What was his name? And he got a label. They couldn't win the big one.
Yeah, Norv Turner.
No, not Norv Turner. The guy before Norv. The guy they fired. This guy. What the hell was his name? It's gonna drive me crazy. It was 2006. I was right there. They made it to the AFC Championship game, and they lost.
Yeah.
But they had the team, and the team was all coming back the next year.
Yeah.
They were 14-2, and they fired this guy at 14-2, getting to the AFC Championship. It's kind of like Jim Harbaugh, at San Francisco. Guy gets them to 3 NFC championships, turns them around from a 2-14 season to 3 winning seasons, 3 NFC championships, 1 Super Bowl appearance, and they fire him. And then he goes to Michigan, right? And after that, the Niners went in the tank for 10 years. And it was like, you guys are freaking stupid.
Yeah.
But they did the same thing. What was his name? He's an old crusty guy. I'll think of it. But they got rid of him. They brought in their brilliance, they brought in Norv Turner, who had the reputation for being an offensive genius, offensive coordinator. He was
Norv Turner.
Yeah, he was a genius offensive coordinator. They put him in as head coach, and the guy just sucked it up. Being a head coach.
It up. All right, let's talk about this beer. Let's suck up this beer. Let's suck up this beer.
I'm almost done with this beer. It's so good. I've been sipping on it and sipping on it, and it's almost gone.
Yeah, me too. I think that this beer has really, I gotta give it one ding. It's really failed to hide the booze even as it warms up, and I guess I'm okay with that because it tastes really good, but it does have it's strong on the breath, and it is a 13.3. But we've had beers that were of this style that have hidden it better.
Interesting.
I think.
Okay.
I think that there's just there's a booziness about it. But I like the beer. I definitely get the cakiness.
Oh yeah.
About it. And it even has like a sweet frosting, like you know, a hint of that. Wherever it is on the palate, it's there. Maybe the middle.
Wow.
What do you think?
I think this beer's phenomenal. I think it's 13.3%. Let's just be honest. You're not going to hide that. It's hard to hide that.
Mm-hmm.
I've had one beer
It is
in this.
hard to hide it.
I've had one beer in this advent calendar that's actually balanced it really well, and that was the Belgian Golden Strong Ale, which I thought there's no way a Golden Ale is going to hide this 12.2%, and they put a little extra hops in it, and to balance the sweetness and the alcohol, and lo and behold, it was a smooth ass beer. I'm getting the same thing out of this. Personally, I'm not tasting for 13.3%. We've had a couple of other, 12, 13% beers that are really boozy, way more boozy than this, in my opinion. And this one seems to balance it out a little better. Not by hops, like the way the Golden Strong Ale did, by balancing it out that way, which was really smart brewing, by the way. That was a great piece of brewing. But instead, they got flavors galore.
Yeah.
This is a very complex stout, more than you'd normally expect to get, but in part because of the layering that they've done to get to 13%, there's not a lot of adjuncts in here. They don't throw, I don't know, they may throw cacao nubs or whatever in there to beef up the chocolate flavor a little bit or whatever, but they're not throwing, raw sugar in there or whatever to beef up the alcohol content, because raw sugar, while it converts to alcohol, while it ferments, it doesn't ferment with great flavoring, right? With great esters that come out of that,
Great
right?
ferocity.
Right, exactly. So
Furious anger.
But what I'm tasting and what I smelled right off the bat was brown sugar, a lot of brown sugar, a little molasses, not heavy on the molasses, but a little molasses. The chocolate and the cake.
The chocolate and the cake.
They really come out.
What do you think they do to get that flavor?
I don't really know. I know that breadiness, typically, which would kind of tend towards cake, typically comes from the yeast, but I think it's more than that. I don't know what they've done to do that in here, but you can smell the both the cake and the frosting. You can smell frosting.
Yeah, you can smell it. I think they maybe put syrup in here, chocolate syrup or something.
They may have, because it's real syrupy too.
Yeah, it's got a
very
thick sweetness.
Yeah, the sweetness is good, and it's cloying, so it's like syrup, and it's real thick. It's thick on you can taste it way after the finish. Yeah. You can still have the sweetness on your palate.
Now that it's closer to room temperature, the booziness has gone way down.
Yeah.
I like just a couple minutes ago, it was way in the breath, and I was like, wow, it's too much almost. But now it's starting to settle. So I think that you gotta let this beer warm up.
You do. You have to let it warm up. Stouts are normally meant to be drank closer to room temperature, not at room temperature. A little cooler than that, obviously, but definitely not cold chilled like a lager. It's meant to be drank a little bit warmer, but this has all the complexity that you can possibly muster. I taste, the cake part of it, the velvet cake part of it. I taste the frosting part of it. I taste, brown sugar and molasses hints on top of that. I taste a syrupy taste, like John said. That's exactly right. It's just got this incredibly complex, deep, wide flavor profile to it.
That's a good way to describe it.
I'm liking this, and granted, we haven't had a lot of stouts. In fact, is this the first stout we've had? I think this is the first stout we've had, right?
That's a good question. Yeah, it might be.
I think it's the first stout we've had.
Several barley wines, but I don't think we've had a stout yet.
No, we haven't had a stout in the advent calendar until this point.
Wow.
We have another one.
Yeah.
There's another one left, which is, is the Mushishishu a stout?
I don't know. You'd have to look on the.
Yeah, I got to look at the thing.
My phone's being
but
gotta get a laptop. My laptop.
Once it warms up, and if you're patient, and you let it warm up a little bit, you're going to get a lot of reward out of that because there's a lot deeper taste profile in there. There's a lot in there, and there's a lot beyond that. There's some little hints of fruit in there as well. You can taste the fruitiness. I smelled it up front too, but I can't put my finger on what it is exactly. It's like it's not raisins because raisins are kind of dry and sugary, but it's like that, and raisins come from
like fig,
grapes,
plum,
prune, maybe
plum.
A little prune, maybe, yeah, prune.
I don't know.
I think prune.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So I'm digging a lot. What say you? Score?
Ooh, I don't know. I do know, actually. I was just going to delay.
You want me to go first?
I mean, I'll go first. It's fine. Usually we do the host, but well, no, not the host. We usually do who brings the beer. So since we didn't bring the beer, I'll go first. I was like forgetting how this process even works for a second there. Let me take one more sip.
Doesn't bother me either way.
I think that this beer it's very well executed. The complexities of it are hard to nail down in a lot of beers that we get that promise similar things. Oftentimes, when you get a beer that makes these lofty promises, you wind up with burned malts, and that's it.
Yep.
And you basically get nothing out of it. And the brewers, I don't know if they are aware of that or if they themselves think they've brewed something that is amazing and they just didn't. But in this case, that's different. What they've done here is quite good. I am vacillating between whether I want to give this a 5 or not. And I'm not sure. Man, I really want to. I want to be there, but there's something about it that's like making me hesitant. I don't know what it is. And if you can't, Matt and I kind of go like, if you can't really identify what you'd do better, then maybe it's a 5. And I can't really identify what I'd do better. I think they nailed it. They really gave you something to think about. On tap, this would be. I mean, we have it basically on tap.
Yeah,
because
it's a shorty. Yeah, exactly.
I wonder how I would receive this at Barrel House, knowing that it needs to warm up a little bit.
I'd like to try that. That's a good point.
I think
for what it's worth, I've been vacillating a lot throughout this whole advent calendar, actually, between two scores of what to give, and I typically tend towards the lower score because
usually I do too.
Because if I'm not absolutely sold that this is a 4.5
or I love those bangs,
then or 5.0, then I'm going to give it a 4.5 or I'm going to give it a 4.25.
Yeah. I think I'm at a 4.75 on this beer.
Yeah.
Given some of that.
That's fair.
It's a great beer, but like typically with a 5, it right away.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. So 4.75.
That's good.
It's good. It's my score.
My score's a 5.0.
5.0. I knew it.
That's the best stout that I've had in a long time.
It's great.
And by the way, not only the best stout that I've had in a long time, it's the only stout that tastes like this.
That's true.
I've never tasted
it.
Yeah, it's unique. I've never tasted a stout like this before. And it's one of those stouts that makes you, that from the first moment I smelled it, I didn't even taste it yet. And I was like, oh yeah, that's different. I've never had that complexity in the nose before. So I love this beer. This is a 5.0 for me. And man, I'm digging it, man. This is such a great advent calendar.
It's
We're having
great,
such
yeah.
great
It's
beers.
awesome.
And this is the start of the back half. And we started the back half like a couple
Monday.
of days ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I looked at the way we sequenced the back half, and it was like, oh, man, they're going to be bangers all the way. It's going to make us, probably all of us, as we're tasting them, go, damn, that's like a 5.0 too. No, that's somebody they can't be 5.0s, right?
It could be. Yeah, they can be all 5.0s.
But exactly,
If they're great.
They can be.
If they're great.
That's exactly right. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own way of doing it, and it's all good. It's all okay.
It's all good.
To me, I like to go by the category. This is a stout. We haven't had a lot of stouts, but I've drank a lot of stouts. This is unique and way beyond any stout I've had. Now, at a 13.3, that's not a normal stout, right? Everyone knows that, right? It's like typically you're looking at a 7-point beer, roughly 7.5, something like that. So that's not a normal stout. That's like a double or triple stout typically. They don't advertise that or whatever, but even so, the way they balanced it and the way the complexity just opened up was pretty amazing. This beer. This is a pretty amazing beer. I love this stout a lot. So anyway, 5.0 for SFIL.
475. That's day
17
of the Advent Calendar. Thanks for joining us.
And 18 is a very special beer that we're excited to drink.
Yeah.
Which is the Cherry Lambic.
Cherry Lambic. It's going to be great.
God tier.
God tier Cherry Lambic.
Cherry Lambic, which
it's going to be God tier.
It is. Lambic is old school. They've been making lambics for, I don't know, hundreds of years now. But we call them sours. We kind of like sours here. We kind of like sours.
I love cherry. Cherry's where it's at.
Cherry's
the best.
Cherry's a great flavor to brew. It takes patience. I'm not going to go into my story.
It takes patience, yeah.
But it does take patience.
Don't throw it away.
Don't throw it away. But I'm excited for tomorrow's beer.
Yeah, tomorrow's
So I'm thinking it's going to be a banger too.
It'll be a banger. A grade A God tier banger.
Yeah.
And that's day 17. Thanks for watching.
Day 17 in the can. SFIL and JT out.
Bye.